Thank you for your remarks, and I want to thank our panelists. It's not often that we get the Walter Cronkite of actuaries that's here, and so I'm pleased that we're going to hear straightforward talk. But let's cut to the chase. Congress has not done its job in over 50 years. We have not enhanced this program so that your constituents are better served. On average, every single one of our districts receives more than $200 million monthly to people that are on Social Security. It is arguably probably the best economic development plan that we have. And where do they spend that money? They spend it right back in the district. I can't help but get upset when you think about the fact that 10,000 baby boomers a day become eligible for Social Security. And they look and say, well, what's happened? Why hasn't Congress acted? We have a proposal that's out there. What Congress needs to do is something the public expects from us. Vote. You got a plan? We have a plan. We're happy to put our plan up for a vote. What's yours? What we hear is $1.5 trillion in cuts to Social Security? That's your idea of saving Social Security? Raising the age of Social Security recipients. The American public knows for every year you raise the age, that's a 7% cut in benefits. So the opening remarks of the chairman are that we're in dire straits. We'll see 20% plus cuts by 2033 if Congress does nothing. So your proposal is, well, let's do something. Let's make those cuts now by raising the age and cutting it 21% up front. It's long overdue to stop all of the dialogue, and how about vote? How about put out your plan, do what the people have asked us to do. Everybody agrees that there's a crisis, that there's a need here. So what do we get elected to do? I don't know how people go home and look themselves in the mirror and understand that there is 5 million of your fellow Americans that get below poverty level checks from Social Security. More than 70 million people, or close to 70 million people now, who rely on Social Security. 40% of them, it's the only benefit they have. And you, Congress, with the responsibility of changing that, do nothing. You don't vote. That's what we need more than anything else. Aside from laying out the numbers and getting the news, good and bad, then the question is, how do you solve the problem? Cutting Social Security doesn't solve the problem. It exacerbates it. You mean to tell me that things haven't changed in 53 years? Not having a COLA that works, having 5 million plus people who've paid into a system get below poverty level checks? What do you have against giving 23 million Americans a tax cut? These are the hardworking. You guys are going to work overtime to make sure that millionaires and billionaires get their tax cut. But the average working person, 23 million Americans that will get a tax cut if this Congress were to act, you don't care about. So whether it's a tax cut, whether it's getting benefits to the point where they're livable for people, and making sure that no one can retire into poverty, and repealing WEP and GPO and paying for it. Thank God for President Biden saying, hey, let's pay for this. Let's have people who pay nothing or next to nothing, millionaires and billionaires, just pay their fair share of what the guy making 50 or $30,000 a year has to pay all year long. You know what that does? It both allows us to extend the benefits and also allows us to extend the solvency. The choice is yours. If you've got a better idea, put it out there. But it seems like the only idea is to cut Social Security by $1.5 trillion and to cut people's benefits by raising the age 21% across the board. I yield back.